It's almost chocks away for supersized jet taxi. Your friendly Mythbusters flight crew is about to find out if a taxi got caught behind a jet as it's about to take off, would it be blown into oblivion? Tori directs the colossal 747 into the blast zone on an abandoned section of runway.
Fetch! Get it!
But first, a word from your captain.
So, Philip, you're going to be operating the plane for us.
Yes.
This is really a treat to be up here and to get to see this in person. There's just way more buttons than I expected. So how does a 747 compare to other planes?
This one here has 7R4 G2 engines on it, which produce about 54,000 pounds of thrust each.
Wow. So by now, I'm sure you're aware of the myth that a taxi crossed the jet blast and blew away.
Yes.
In your opinion?
With my experience on the airplane and running the engines, I feel that it's possible.
Really?
Yes.
I cannot wait to see this myself.
Well, Carrie, that makes two of us. Back at ground zero, the taxi has been positioned 100 feet behind the plane. So, what's the plan?
Do I look excited? Well, I am. We're ready to test the jet taxi myth, and this is the setup. We got our 747 in position. We got our taxi in place. We got our breakaway line attached to our cable, which is attached to our tow truck. Now all we need to do is have the captain fire up these engines, have the tow truck pull the taxi cab through the jet blast, and hopefully we'll flip this cab.
And of course, our taxi will be driven by the ever unfortunate Buster.
Change. Good luck, buddy.
Any last thoughts from our hero driver?
Adam, I am your father.
Ooh, interesting.
We're finally here, the real thing. Wish Jamie and Adam could be here.
I know, you can't beat a real 747. We're towing a taxi right behind it.
Dude, I still can't believe they let us play with the 747.
We're gonna turn a taxi into a tumbleweed.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead and fire up the engine.
Ready to fire up the engines, Roger.
In the cockpit, pilot Philip fires up the plane.
Engine stable.
Roll back.
Auto cutout.
All parameters check.
Roger.
With Buster having a career crisis,
I wonder if Mike Rowe is hiring.
Philip puts the throttle to the metal. The jump in volume is immense as the engines scream at full power. Time to hail our cab. It's now or never for the taxi. Will it flip or will this myth flop?
The second that taxi hit the jet blast, the hood just ripped off. Then the taxi, it looked like it exploded, pulled off, and the entire thing flipped end over end as if it was a playing card in the wind.
The force was so great that our in-car camera was busted the moment the taxi hit the stream. This kind of reckless driving is going to do nothing to enhance the reputation of cab drivers. But it does confirm the myth. A result that's left the car...
That is incredible.
Holy smash!
And its driver... trashed.
All right, I guess we're on to the bus.
You're gonna be a bus driver now.
That's right, we're not stopping here. Because next up, will a school bus get caned?
There's a lot of flat surface area here, and if you've ever driven a van on a windy day, it just pushes it. So I think this thing is just gonna whoosh.
Then best buckle up Buster nice and tight.
All right, go ahead and fire up the engines when you're ready.
Things stabilized, looks good.
Send it up.
The engines start to turn over, and it's not long before they're ready to go full throttle. The engines soon reach full power scream, and the bus begins its tortuous journey. For this bus, school's out, but will it be over and out? Whoa, it sure will. The bus takes a route that's totally outside of the school district. This incident will have to be reported, you know. Our team is like a bunch of excited school kids.
It totally lifted it off the ground like 6 or 7 feet.
I can't believe what I just saw. It was probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a long time, and we see a lot of cool things here on Mythbusters. The bus got lift, probably about 6 or 8 feet off the ground. That's probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, the taxi was one thing, but that bus? I will never get that image out of my head. I mean, it got into the air, it had hang time, it actually had hang time. I cannot wait to see the high speed.
Then here it is, Karen. The bus hits the jet stream. Its huge surface area acts like a giant sail, and it gets picked up and dumped like a yacht in a hurricane.
Yeah! What the heck? Look, we could chop off the top and we'll have a party bus.
Buster!
Look at him!
Is he okay?
Are you in there?
Hey, he's all... Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
With Buster now the filling in a steel sandwich, it's myth
Obviously confirmed.
I think so.
Oh, man. All
Let's
right.
move on to an airplane.
Yeah!